So, hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Codersarts. So, this series of episode basically we talk about the projects. So, basically, it's a project showcasing series, and in this series, we talk about the different projects idea, how we have built this type of projects, and also the core functionality of this project, and little bit about how the complete MVP work of the any project. Also, what are the technology behind it, use cases, and also code walkthrough. So basically, we'll get the idea how this type of project basically we can implement. Also, this type of video is going to helpful for you, like to get the idea how this type of project implemented and what are the technology behind it, and how also it will give more broader term how we can implement this type of project, or how this type of project is going to helpful. Either might be you are a product development company, and maybe either if a student who are just started to learn, or maybe any developer who are try to build their career in AI email domain. So this type of project is going to be very helpful. So make sure to stick around till the end of this video, so that you will get the complete information of this video. Okay, so in today video I'm inviting one of our team member, Pratibha. So she will explain what are the projects about, what are the how she has implemented this project, and also more specifically the whole the project idea about how the code flow, how this different type of technology and API are needed or not. So all the things will discuss by Pratibha. Okay, so now I'm inviting Pratibha, so she will explain everything about this project. Okay, so hi Pratibha, now you can explain about the project. Hmm.
Hello everyone. Today in this video we are going to
Hmm.
cover another application, and that application
Hmm.
is basically a powerful tool which is
Hmm.
designed to streamline data extraction and processing form images of
Hmm.
structured forms or documents. Okay, we'll explore this app, but first let's just
Hmm.
discuss
Hmm.
why it's important. Okay, so basically, this app is going to make use of
Hmm.
Google's
Hmm.
API to perform OCR and to present the data which is being extracted
Hmm.
into
Hmm.
a structured manner. Okay, so that accessing the
Hmm.
data becomes very easy for us
Hmm.
and to maintain it as well. This app basically uses
Hmm.
Google Cloud's Document AI to
Hmm.
extract key information from images or documents, enabling
Hmm.
efficient data retrieval and analysis. It's an invaluable resource for businesses,
Hmm.
organizations, and individuals seeking to automate and
Hmm.
simplify their document
Hmm.
processing workflows. Okay, that's what makes it really important because
Hmm.
it reduces your burden and makes processing your
Okay.
documents easier for you, and we'll see how. The Google Form Parser basically enables you to upload the images of structured forms such as surveys, questionnaires, or maybe standardized documents as well. So the app then processes these images or the documents and extracts valuable data points and presents them in an organized manner. Basically, in this app, we are going to show
Hmm.
it into the form of a table, it will be much clearer to you when we see the demo of the
Hmm.
app, like what I'm talking about. But this was the general overview and the significance of this app. So this is a tool that is going to make working with
Hmm.
documents and processing them very easier. So I'll start with the demo now. I'll show it to you. This is an application which is currently developed in Flask for the purpose of demo. Okay, so I'm
Hmm.
just going to share my screen. Just a minute. Okay, so yeah, I'll go to the command
Hmm.
line and just coming. Yeah. So first of all, I'll activate my virtual environment. Now I'll move to the folder or the
Hmm.
directory containing the app.
Hmm.
So this is the interface of the app. You just need to
Hmm.
upload the image of your document. Okay. It can be an image, it can be a PDF document itself. Okay. But currently, we are going to work with images of the document. So I'll just go to the examples. I have selected some example inputs. Okay. So let me just, you can see this is
Hmm.
just a random form that
Hmm.
I found. Okay. And you can see that all these categories or basically the sections from the this particular document, or I should say the form, is being identified. In the table you can see that the name of the
Hmm.
field is being identified, the confidence with which it is being identified, and the corresponding values for all of them. So basically you can see here that name and
Hmm.
nationality is being recognized in here. At the end of it, it is OCR,
Hmm.
so it is not going to be 100% correct. But what we
Hmm.
can do is we can just make it editable, and you can just
Hmm.
directly put in the values in here. Okay, let me just show you one more example in here, then it will be more clear. So it basically depends on the
Hmm.
quality of the document that you are uploading. Okay. So this is a much more clearer document, and you can see that here all the categories which are filled up are being recognized very correctly. You can see the document number here is basically the same one which is mentioned here as well. Here
Hmm.
EFG 54LM. So it's exact. Okay. And then a name is also being like it is Suman Kumari, and you can see that here it
Hmm.
is Suman Kumar. So then Ray is also being
Hmm.
here, last
Hmm.
name, you can see, and
Hmm.
Kumari is the middle name. So like everything here is correct, prefix is also being
Hmm.
identified correctly, and then we have the
Hmm.
account number as well, which is mentioned here. So that is also being identified correctly. But yeah, there are some things which may
Hmm.
not be read by the OCR, but that we can
Hmm.
just add from our own end. Okay, so we cannot completely automate this
Hmm.
because it is not that reliable. But it is going to make our life very easy because the things which are clearly visible to it can just populate it
Hmm.
itself. Even the tick marks you can see here,
Hmm.
that here
Hmm.
if I am to
Hmm.
zoom it in, you can see that voter ID has been ticked, and it
Hmm.
has even identified that. So it depends on the quality of the document that you are
Hmm.
passing it into it. Okay. So this
Hmm.
is the Google form parser, and this is how the app is working. We can even make it downloadable. Like
Hmm.
here the table is just displayed here, but we can just download it into the form
Hmm.
of an Excel or a CSV file
Okay, so
and
basically
work with
the
it.
main idea about that, reading the document, maybe form, any type of form, basically that in.
Yeah, it can be, like I said, that it can
Hmm.
be any standardized document. Okay, currently in this particular demo,
Hmm.
I have used different kind of documents. Like they
Hmm.
were completely different forms, right? But let's say if we
Hmm.
are going to use a
Hmm.
standard schema or a particular form type, then we can just fine tune it
Hmm.
to better extract the data
Hmm.
from it, so it will perform better. Okay, but this is at present like for general use, any kind of document can be passed to it. So it is not specifically
Hmm.
made for one particular form, but it can be done, it can be made specifically for
Hmm.
this KYC details updation form, or any other form in any other bank or hospital or any government offices as well. So not only government offices, basically, wherever there are any kind of forms, any particular schema, we can just fine tune this kind of app
Hmm.
for that particular form, so that we can automate it and
Yeah,
it can
obviously
perform
there
better
might be
than
some
this.
standard form that is acceptable by just like filling the compliances
Yeah,
or maybe any
yeah,
income tax file or something. So that is fine. But if some
yes,
any company or any organization they have some specific form, right? So that is not harder. We can also customize or according to their schema we can develop this code, so that is not any harder part, just we can build according to that might be some
yeah,
needed because maybe a different company have their own form pass or anything, so that is not concerned.
yes,
The main thing idea here was I think till now what are the AI model developed in the market whoever available, so at least nobody claim 100% because this is all about using some technology, so might be obviously.
yes, yes. There is a
Hmm,
limitation to OCR at present, and it is working according to that only. So it is comparable, like comparable to the best of the OCR abilities that are presently available to us. And like not only this, we can take it a step further as well. Like basically, this
hmm,
document in here is in English, but we can read the text from
hmm,
different kind of forms in different languages and translate it as well. I think we have shown this kind
hmm,
of demo in one of our previous videos, where we extracted the bills
hmm,
from Hindi
hmm,
PDF documents and
hmm.
converted it into English form. So
Yeah,
that
so
can
this
also
is
be
very
done with
important
this
point
as well.
about the language part because only not concerned about the English languages. So
Yeah,
any languages you have formed, so that can be read by this and extracted the information. And also you can say the all the structure. Basically, this is a structure. Basically, what are the structure you have, and based on that structure,
yeah,
basically you can see on the screen like field name extracting on what are the basically the mapping the value between the field and the field value what would be also. And also if you're talking about the see it will improve your 90% efficiency. It will reduce your work of 90%, 80, 90% work. And even if they're 10%, so we can make some all the field we are read or read by this parser, so we can make it editable if thinking something is not correct. So before making the final submission somewhere you are using, so make sure little about go through once like everything is read by the this code correctly, and if there is something mistake, so you can just with minimum effort you can edit, and this will be 100% accurate. So little bit about manual work it should be before making 100% correct. And obviously this is not any concern, it cannot be 100%, but it can be 100%, but little bit effort you have to put in that. Okay, so maybe we can edit, so obviously
yeah,
that are needed, else all the things might be because if there is some sensitive information or maybe something just like in medical field, there might be the patient data is very important, so you cannot skip like okay let it be there because that patient information any wrong data can be create complication for any patient something like
yeah,
that. So all even the bank I'm saying maybe you maybe if there is some amount, maybe if you are 0 1, maybe if you are by default editing zero, so maybe 10 time 20 type effort will like that. So just I'm saying just it will reduce your much of the effort 90%, maybe even 95%. So at least
yeah,
just before confirming, because you cannot 100% rely on any machines and just sharing as you already know these things. But
yeah. It
yeah,
still needs to
yeah.
be
So just you have
reviewed
to
by
give
humans
minimum
only.
effort, and then everything will be corrected according to your needs. So obviously,
Yes,
there is lots of use case of this project. We cannot explain everything about whoever watching this video, what is the audience about. So if you are also watching this video, so you can comment down below what your category belong to, where you needed this type of project. Maybe we will try to make the structure of the form according to you, and then we'll determine that. Okay, so fine. So two things was basic
yeah,
improvement, like we can make it editable, so if here some information is not read correctly, so we can implement that, and even the different languages can be used for this one. Okay, so
yeah,
okay, fine. So go further. So talk about like Pratima, how these things are built. So basically we are using Google Cloud Form Document AI, right? And then okay, so talk about
yeah,
some first
yes,
explain why somebody. Okay, okay, we have already explained use cases, So basically, this is also for
yeah,
AI ML developers who are working on this type of projects. Okay, okay, go ahead.
yes,
So
yes.
then I will ask some question.
Yeah, and basically, here we are using
Hmm,
since we are using document AI. and you can say that it is just like using an API. So even if the developers are not from the AI and ML background, even then they can make use of this functionality, because that is the beauty of APIs, that you don't need to understand the working or the code base of that particular functionality that you are using. You just need to provide the correct data to it and need to retrieve the processed output from that. So for that purpose, it can be, utilized by like all the developers, whoever is interested. Okay, but yeah, if we say that primarily it is for AI and ML, but it is not just limited to that because of the API. Okay, so like in order to work with this, we need to have a Google Cloud developer account. Then on the Cloud Console, we need to create a project. Under that project, we need to create a service account, which will authenticate our account for us to be able to use the functionalities provided by Google Cloud Services into our own backend. Okay, so I'll just log into my Google Cloud Console and show it to you. And let me go to the home. So you see, in this particular like Cloud Console, like I have a few projects of my own, and in here under the project document AI one, I have the service account enabled to use the document AI service. So now I'm into the project, and from here I can just go to my service account and generate the key. Okay, um, I'll just show it to you quickly, just for the purpose of showing. Okay, so here this is the service account that I have created, and from this particular tab here we can generate a key. Okay, so I have already generated it and it is like stored locally on my system now. So that's it. This is the detail here. Okay, so the service account status is enabled, it is active, and you can see here the unique ID for it, like all the information that is there about the service account details is found here. Then we come to the particular functionalities which we are using, and in this case we are particularly using document AI. So I'll just show that as well. We'll go to the library under APIs and services. So in this library, all the different kind of APIs that are provided by Google are listed here. Okay, and we'll just find out document AI API. So here you can see that it needs to be enabled, and for this account it is enabled here. Okay, this is the documentation page. Here the overview and the pricing for this service and tutorials in terms of services, everything is mentioned. Okay, so particularly we are just using this one service in this particular case, and we can just go to the code now. There's one more thing that we are using here, and that is the form parser particularly. Okay, so let me just check where I can show you the form parser. Like there are different forms, or basically processors available for document AI, one of which is form parser. Okay, it is not present in the library. I just need to figure out where it is. Okay, let me just go to the home. Hmm. So here we can
Hmm.
find the processors. You can see that I have enabled the form
Okay.
parser processor here,
Hmm.
this particular one. So, but there is a full gallery of it under
Hmm.
document AI. Okay, we'll just see. The basic ones are the
Hmm.
document OCR and form parser. Now, the basic difference between these two processors is that in document OCR, we are just
Hmm.
extracting the text from the document. So there is no structure attached to it
Hmm.
in the way
Hmm.
that we saw in the app, right? So in the app, we were able to extract this kind of structure. Basically, it was in the
Hmm.
format in the JSON format, which we are showing here as a table. Okay, so this particular like this kind of result is
Hmm.
being generated by form parser. So the additional functionality of providing the structured data
Hmm.
is present in form parser. So if
Hmm.
you are dealing with tables, okay, if you're trying to extract the data from tables, then form parser is more suitable to it, and not only just tables but forms, any kind of forms as well. Okay, because in that it will along with the field, it will attach its value. As you can see here, that field name was extracted, and its corresponding value was also extracted. And this information, like, we are not extracting it after getting the extracted text from the document. It is being
Hmm.
provided by this processor only. So that is the
Hmm.
functionality of form parser, and that is how
Hmm.
it is different from document OCR. Now, these were the general processors that are available in document AI, but there are some specialized processors as well. Okay, and basically these are for
Hmm.
particular
Hmm.
forms. Okay, so let's say here there are a few, like France driver license parser. Okay, so for this particular processor, it is like the only correct data to be given to this kind of processor is
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
France driver license. Okay, if you are providing the driver license image or document into this particular processor, it will just, it is fine tuned
Hmm.
for that particular document only. So that is what we were talking about when we showed the demo, that for particular formats of forms, we can create a specialized
Hmm.
processor, or
Hmm.
I should say the parser. Okay, so you can see there are various different processors. For example, it is for France national ID, France passport parser. So the
Hmm.
like use cases are endless. You can also see that there are invoice parsers as well. So to just extract the data from the invoice and convert it into digitized format. It can be a CSV file, it can be a text file, any way that people are storing their data. Okay, that can be just extracted
Hmm.
simply using these processors, and it doesn't take that long also. Like, the
Hmm.
service is
Hmm.
pretty fast, as you can see, right? So bank statement parser is also available in here, but it is um like relevant
Hmm.
to Europe
Yeah,
and
so
US
basically the different
particularly.
type of structure of the document, right? So that. Hmm.
Yeah. So, like, that bank statement parser is
Hmm.
basically for some particular bank. So, for each of the bank, it can be,
Hmm.
made separately. These kind of
Hmm.
processes can be fine tuned. So, that is the like these were the processes which are available in Document AI, and you can check them out, their pricing and everything, and just
Hmm.
use them in your applications. So in this particular
Okay.
one, we are
Hmm.
using form parser. Okay, so let me just go back to my processors. So if I click on here, I'll see the details for my
Hmm.
particular parser that I have enabled in here. So you can see that form parser is
Hmm.
enabled for this account. And this is the prediction endpoint. Basically, this is what we require to work with
Hmm.
in a particular application. So in the backend, we are making use of this endpoint. This is basically directing, like, this is the path for
Hmm.
this particular parser in my account. Okay, so enable to access its functionality, I'll need to provide its path. and for each of the developers account it's going to be different. So that you need to have with you along with your service account key and the name of the project under
mm,
which the service account sorry and the name of the project under which this service
mm,
account has been created. Okay, so these are the three things that you need to have with you, and by default you can see that region is always US until unless
mm,
you specify it to be something else. Okay, so that also needs to be present. So all in all, from this Google Cloud
mm,
Console we need four things with us.
mm,
That is name of the project,
mm,
your service account key, then the prediction
mm.
endpoint for the form
Okay,
parser,
okay.
and the
Okay, so
region.
if you want to explain like code
Yeah.
setup part, so you can explain. Or
Yeah, I'll just give a quick
mm,
overview of
mm,
the code. Okay, so this is basically the directory
mm,
for this particular app. In the templates we have the HTML for
mm,
this particular application. Then this particular JSON file is the service account. Okay, not this one, this is for another one. This project document ai.json is the service account key for
mm,
this particular
mm,
project.
mm,
Okay, project document ai, and we can just check that out also from
mm.
here,
Yes.
but I have already shown it to you, so it's fine. So yeah, so template has been covered and this is the key. Now we can just move on to the app.by. In input samples, it's just the images that I use to pass in this particular
Mm,
application. Okay, to show its functionality. So let's just come to the main script. I just like there were only two utility functions. I just added it in here also only, like along with
mm,
the app.by only. Okay, so in here you can see that these are the libraries that are relevant to the Google services that we are using.
mm,
You can see that the Google API core libraries, from that we have imported the client options
mm,
to connect
mm,
to the client. Okay, to be able to
mm,
authenticate our account. Then we are using the Google Cloud's document AI
mm,
library as well, and then these are the few libraries which are used to extract the data in the tabular
mm,
format and print it
mm,
in a nice manner. So then here this is basically to this particular function, the first one
mm,
is just a helper function. It is
mm,
named as trim text, and it removes extra spaces
mm,
or characters from text. Okay, basically blank new line tabs which are extracted
mm,
from the document to make the text clean. So this is the function of this
mm,
particular function. Then we have this main function which is going to do all the functionality that is related to Google form parser. Okay, so whatever we are using from the Google Cloud service, basically the document AI's form parser, that particular it is dealing with in
mm,
this particular function, which is named as quick start. I just had it from the tutorial that is
mm,
provided by Google, and I have just made some changes to it according to
mm,
my particular need, but more or less it follows along the same tutorial which is available
mm,
on Google's own website. Okay, so you can see here that all those four things are required in here: the name of the project, the location, the file, basically, and the processor display name. Basically, that is the form
mm,
passes endpoint. Okay, and in here, the key is also being passed. You can see here that I'm accessing this
mm,
project document AI key,
mm,
which is present here, and I'm passing it to
mm,
Google application
mm,
credentials to authenticate my login and to be able to use the document AI service. After that, I'm here just
mm,
is like connecting to the client and then passing in the document after reading it to the
mm,
document AI to process the request. And after that, here we are just getting the data into the structured format and saving it into a data frame. That particular data frame is
okay.
basically being displayed here. So this particular function is generating a data frame, which is in which the field name and the field value along with their
Hmm.
confidence levels is being stored by after extracting from the image or
Okay.
the document. Okay. And then this is basically the just function which is
Hmm.
dealing with the Flask application. So here we are just like fetching the image which has been uploaded, then we are converting it into byte format, because in here to this document AI process request we need to pass in the
Hmm.
documents in byte format. So that needs to be done here. The content and file, this file is basically an image in byte format, so here we
Hmm.
are encoding it to convert it into a byte format. And after that we are just using the quick start
Hmm.
function to
Hmm.
generate the table, and then we are just passing
Hmm.
the image and the table
Hmm.
to the front end, and it
Hmm.
is being
Hmm.
displayed here like this. So this is the
Hmm.
overview of the app. And you can see that like it's not using,
Hmm.
like it is not heavy on code. We are basically just having one function, if we are to say, that is quick start, which is containing the code that is corresponding to the
Hmm.
functionality that we are implementing in here. The rest is just just to display this kind of, like, just to create the elements and containers and passing in the data to
Hmm.
the front end. That's it. But it doesn't take quite a lot of code to do this, because at the end again we are making use of the API and
Hmm.
it is doing the work
Hmm.
for us, so we don't
Hmm.
need to maintain the code for that. And it makes it easier to even create this kind of app, and then this app also helps
Hmm.
us to make our life easier. So it's a
Hmm.
win-win situation. So that's where APIs come in handy. Like they are just able, like we are just able to use it without knowing what is happening in the back end, how it is generating the data. Although the people like us who are AI and ML developer, they understand like how it is working, we can check that out. But even if there is some other developers which are not particularly AI and ML developers, even they don't need to worry about what is happening with the backend
Hmm.
code in the API. They can just directly make use of the functionality and create their own
Okay.
apps.
Yeah, that's anything else,
Yeah.
or should I continue? Okay, okay,
Yeah,
fine.
you can continue. I think I have covered
Okay, okay. Yeah.
everything that is there about this application and
Yeah,
its
fine.
functionalities.
So I think from more concisely we can say about this project. So basically we are using Document AI, Google API services, and then this basically more focus was creating the functionality part, because we can create more intuitive or more interactive UI based on your needs. So basically this was showing the main functionality also,
Yeah.
and this app was basically we are developing using Flask. So basically Flask is a very lightweight framework. So it's just showcasing the basic we are
Yeah.
just creating the basic interfaces, just like uploading the file, because that do not need any heavy framework. So
Yes.
basically we have to showcase. And if you are already API are provided by
Yeah.
some third party provider, so basically your code is little bit not line of code will be less, okay, not like more line of code. Just we have to target how to display your different element, how we are calling this functionality, how to you're rendering the informations, how we are uploading. So basically
Yeah.
with the help of that. And also there is not any restriction, because just we are explaining this project using Python. So if you are using API, so API is not restricted to any programming language. So even you are using Node, even you are using Java, so we can
Yes.
implement this type of project in any programming languages, because this is all about the calling the API, how the different creating the interfaces. That was the main concern about this project. And also there was not more challenging, because the challenging part we have already discussed initially. Like the main challenging part, if there is some information not just a little bit changing the data structure part of schema, somehow we needed just little bit thing we are needed. Or I
Yeah.
don't think there is more challenging part. Rest of the thing will handle by the API. Just we have to display the information, how you want to display, how to read this thing, and what are the edit, or if you want to give some making the everything correct information. Okay, so yeah. Fine. So also, if you are a developer or whoever want to interested this type of project, so basically I'm targeting whoever I think as a business owner, whoever that is going to very helpful. Okay, for those person because or not even a business, whoever need this type of services. We can already discuss about the banking, retails, or even compliances. Even you are in offices, I think in every offices form documentation form parser is always needed. We are also every organization processing the document
Yeah.
in anywhere this type of things are needed. Obviously, I think any organization needed this type of. So somehow you nowadays digitization is using more and more. People are online. This I think so. These are very helpful information. Also, this will speed up your work. So that is very important. Okay, so maybe if you are a AIML
Mhm.
developers who want to build this type of projects, also they want to understand, so they can start building this type of projects. And if somehow they need it, yeah, either they need the complete projects, or maybe we can build MVP, or minimum viable product, we can say. So, or maybe you are creating simple POC, proof of concept things, or maybe you are just try to test your how the AI environment work. Okay, so also Pratibha explain you do not need to be any technical person, even you are non-technical person, so you can start with you can just learn how the things are working. Maybe you are any business owner, right, and you're thinking this type of information or this type of things are needed, so at least you get to know how these things are work, and you can make your mm, you know more, you can save more your time. Even your time is money in every business, as you can say, if you're saving your 90% work
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, anybody having even basic knowledge of any
mm,
programming language can create this kind of
mm,
application when this kind of functionality is being utilized through
yeah,
APIs.
yeah, so
So
yeah.
definitely it
So,
will save
so I
time.
think that's all, everyone. I think you might get some more insightful information. Also, if this type of project is helpful for you, you do not hesitate to contact us, because we will help to build this type of projects. Maybe even you are need consulting services to get to know how everything works. So we will explain in more details, just based on your personalized experience, based on your personalized questions. We can answer that. Or even you are a already developer, you are building this type of project, so you need help in some of the part, like you need assistance for some of the sections. It somehow you do not able to calling the front end from the back end, somehow you're stuck in back end. Okay, sometimes you do not able to get the correct API, because Google have already provided very nicely documentation, but you do not face any challenge, but still you are facing such things. So you can contact us with minimum charges. We will help you complete your project on the time. Or so it might be any person, any audience, client might be anything, a student, developers, or maybe with enterprises, or maybe anyone need this type of things. Okay, so you might get contact us, and also we will help to build this type of project, maybe in your existing system, or maybe if you want to build a scratch, maybe you have a new company. Because this I think document AI is nowadays in demand, because we are already solving 4 or 5 client, we are also already solving these need, they are needed based on their needs. Okay, so also I think this is on demand, right, document passing, document AI. Okay, so it might be very helpful for you. So you need this type of things, you can contact us, and we will certainly help to get your things done on the time. Okay, so Pratibha, anything you have to share? Okay.
No, yeah,
Hmm.
like I've
Yeah.
shared, I think possibly everything that I could share.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
it's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. So I think we have covered everything in this video. And if you also we are recommending, please try to comment like what are the things you needed, and what are the other things you are use cases for this type of projects, or this type of use cases, or this type of application might have. Maybe if you are building something.
Yeah,
Hmm,
just like if you
hmm,
have any kind of
hmm.
ideas, you can just write it down in the comment so that
Yeah,
we
yeah,
can
fine.
create
Yeah,
a
yeah,
demo.
yeah. This is a very good point.
And
Also, if yeah, because everything there is lots of thing over the internet also in the mind, so everything will not come in our mind. So if you have something to share, just try to comment. We will also appreciate your effort. What the things are happening, and if even there might be some helpful, we can create the demo or MVP on that video, or sorry, on that project, and we will share with you. Okay, and this way, because sharing the knowledge is the how the world work, human things are work, sharing the experience. Okay, so so you can comment down below, and we will appreciate your effort.
yes.
Okay, so that's all, everyone. So thank you so much for watching. If this type of video is helpful for you, please do like and subscribe, and also If anything you have in your mind, just comment down below, and you can also, if you're building something, you can directly contact us. Okay, so that's all. Thank you so much for watching. Let's meet in another one. Till then, keep learning, keep growing.